Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to take a look at Spider-Man 2099 from Marvel Legends. And this is a newer version. Actually, I think this came out last year. I don't see any dates on the box. Oh no, 2015. So it is actually pretty current. There's a quick look at the box if you want to take a look at the bio. Yeah, I saw this at Walmart and I had to pick it up. This is actually my second time doing this review, so I'm trying to remember what I said. But anyway, I'm a huge Goblin fan, so I'll definitely be getting the entire wave. Camera seems to keep flashing. Oh, let's try that. Okay. Alright, so a huge Hobgoblin fan, so I'm going to definitely get this. I'm not the biggest fan of this version of him, but he does look pretty good. And so there's a Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, and Daredevil in the line. I want to get the Spider-Man, I really do. Because it comes with like all the extra accessories like pizza face and stuff like that, and it looks good. The Spider-Man I have right now is a little loose, so I wouldn't mind getting a new Spider-Man. Hoping the webs are etched, but I doubt they are. Anti-Venom I could care less about. Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, meh. And Daredevil, of course I want a Daredevil. Now, I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, but it's like, you can't have a Spider-Man set without Daredevil somewhere in there. Same with Moon Knight. Moon Knight and Daredevil go back a ways too. So box, it's typical Marvel Legends box. I haven't really looked at a Marvel Legends box because all my figures have come used, and yeah, get him out of the way. So he does come with a few accessories. First off, he's got Hobgoblin's arm. We'll look at that in more depth later. He also comes with the flame sword that apparently he used in the comics. I'm not sure. Doesn't seem to want to hold it though, which is really awesome because who needs their figures to hold their weapons? Let's see here. Back of the box shows him holding it. See, he's holding it. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. But Hobgoblin never had a sword in the original comic, so I'm okay with him not being able to hold it. It's just a little irritating. But we'll review this figure once I have the whole set. He also comes with this cape accessory. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I know he had it in the comics, but I never really liked the cape accessories. But here is the figure in his metallic blue glory. And he is just spectacular. I adore this figure. Now I know I only watch out one other person that does reviews of Marvel Legends figures. That's Bobby Skullface. I know he does like a set of 3 at a time. I only did the batches because I'm just trying to get through the figures if I have multiple copies. So, but typically I'll review the individual figures. So, he also knows the body types as very well. So he can sit there and say, oh, this is recycled from such and such body. I don't know them very well because I'm just now getting into them. So I can't sit here and tell you what they are. I know from the old Toy Biz line. But anyway, let's get this figure reviewed. So he's got this really nice metallic blue going on over the whole body. That is hideous. I hate that. Just got to point that out. That's just glaringly bad. I'm going to have to try and get that off of there. He's got the red spider. Looks like he's got some paint mishaps going on up here. Right there. A little bit there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there. Also down here on the hand. There's that. Some paint up right there. Yeah, so that's disappointing. But all in all, the figure looks good. Posability wise, his head is on a, I want to say ball joint. Yep, ball joint. Figure's on a ball joint, or the head's on a ball joint. And it's also on a hinge, so it goes up and down. Looks left and right. This is all sculpted detail right here. That's really awesome. Really like that. The shoulders have that weird bicep hinge that I'm not the biggest fan of. But it's there. Shoulders can ratchet up not that far. And then back down. They are ratcheted. They do swivel. Bicep swivel. Double bend elbow. Both which are on ratchets. Hand swivels around. And then it does, go up and down on a hinge. And it looks like every time you do that, you lose a little bit of paint there. That's pretty unfortunate there. I'm not the biggest stickler for the paints, but this is kind of bad. And I don't, these shoulder ratchets are so tight that I fear that I'm gonna pull these stupid hinges out of place. Because they just swivel, but when I try to move it, you can see that this thing bends out. But if you go like that, you can see how it carries through with the artwork, which is really nice. And it doesn't look terrible when it's like that either. He's got a ab crunch. Pretty good range of motion there. Waist swivels, also ratcheted. Wow. He's got a lot of ratchets in him. Hips, soft ratchet, up and down, kind of like a detent type style. Legs only go out that far. That's unfortunate. There is a thigh swivel. Double bend knee goes all the way. Feet, wow, incredible ankle rock. I mean, he can get he could get a pretty wide stance going. Only limited because of the hips. So that's actually really cool. I like that. I mean, look at that. Look how far that goes. And then the foot goes all the way down and all the way back up. All right. So yeah, he's pretty awesome. I definitely like him. You can take the cape here, and this just will plug onto his back like so. And it looks all right. I mean, it definitely gives you the feel of the character, but it's not something that it's like I must have this. And then here he is with his original counterpart, who is just a straight repaint of a Spider-Man mold from back in the day. And it shows you that while he's got faded paint, that's because of his age. He still had better quality paint than he did, but he's just has a better sculpt and just better overall look. I think his torso is a little too long, in my opinion. I think it's just maybe just a little bit shorter, but it's not terrible. All in all, it's a really good looking figure, and he stands really well. This guy I have a hard time standing, probably because of these toe hinges that are kind of loose. Also, if you read the original Spider-Man 2099 comics, you know that he has claws on his hands that he used to claw up people. He didn't really do the Spider-Man thing. So these open hands are kind of like, I'm getting ready to tear your face off. It's actually a better look for him than this. So it's almost the difference in between toy and collectible. in my opinion. So this guy's going in the box. This guy's awesome. So let's do a size comparison real quick with my two. Here he is with the movie Spider-Man, who will hopefully be replaced real soon with the Spider-Man I have on my shelf. And here he is with the Hulk. So scale's there. I think he's just about perfect scale-wise. The blue is awesome. The red is good. It could have used a little bit more touch-up on the paint. And the head is just awesome sculpt. It really gives you that Spider-Man 2099 vibe. The cape is, meh. But if you're a stickler for how he looked in the comics, then that's pretty important. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he's back in the comics now. I think I read somewhere that he's modern day, or he's got sent back in time or something like that. But I'm not 100% on that because I don't keep up on the comics as much as I should have. But yeah, he looks great. I really like him. I do recommend him. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 9 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. The paint could have been done better, and the hips could have been more posable, because this is not really good for a Spider-Man figure. I mean, you get everything else that you could need from a Spider-Man figure, but you can't bend that hip out as far as it should to give him the really stellar poses. But yeah, he's a really good figure. I do like him. I do recommend him. If you can find him. I know I'm a little bit behind on my Marvel Legends reviews. But yeah, if you can find this guy, I definitely recommend picking him up. I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. So yeah, there you go. Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2099 review. And we'll get into Hercules tomorrow.